go to Dana Sahab. Dana Sahab, your party is the largest opposition party in the National Assembly and Punjab as well. Somehow you are absent from all the debates that are going on. Is Karachi not your constituent at all? Please go ahead.
Thank you, Farag Sahab, for inviting me on your show.
Right.
Well, my take on this JIT is basically, I've actually downloaded the JIT and I've read it. At the end of the JIT report uploaded by the Sindh government, there are 6 signatories and then there is a 7th sign on those on the last page. So one government is claiming that this is the correct one, and the federal government is claiming that the provincial government has put up an altered report. Now, to me, it's a very simple, procedure to find out who is telling the truth. Because you see, these signatories are from the special branch, they are from the CTD, the IB, the ISI, the MI, and the Pakistan Rangers.
Right.
You can just ask these signatories which one is the final report. And all these,
Rana Sahab, who can ask these institutions, court or the federal government?
I think the federal government should have done this investigation before announcing that, the provincial report is altered. Because all these institutes where these signatories have come from are under the federal government. So that's one point. Now, what this has done is, it has definitely undermined the institution, but it has also destroyed such dilemmas, destroyed the trust of the people on the government, on JITs, on judiciary, on all the procedures. So I want that this issue has to be resolved. And if Ali Zaidi is true, then, there should be action against the Sindh government. And if Ali Zaidi is proven wrong, then he should resign from his ministry, because this, all of this has become a joke. That a JIT is a fake JIT. That it's not correct. So it's very sad to see.
JIT is not fake JIT. The report might be premature or fully matured. But with due respect, the question again, you are questioning this debate. You are not questioning why these reports were delayed for 4 years actually. 3 major reports where so many people have died, where the issue is also for espionage for a foreign country.
I think, if you take my personal opinion, I think that all JIT reports should be made public, but there is no such law that, makes it mandatory for such reports to be public. So usually court orders that, they're supposed to be made public. I think these reports are usually secretive reports, and when you see the history of Pakistan, there have been many reports. And till today, they are not been made public.
My question is about internal accountability mechanism of political parties, because we are talking about democracy, right? And the party in question, at least in Baldia case, and then of course Larry case as well, in both these situations, they were called democratic parties at that time. And political parties which were aligned with them kept on seeing all these things, and yet there was hardly any accountability. I mean, tell me how much Parliament was perturbed about these matters. How much concern was shown by the federal government?
I'll tell you how much. At that time, if you remember, Karachi was a disaster. People would, it used to be shut down on the call of MQM. And it was our government and the political will that cleared Karachi of all these militias within the parties. And the action our party took, PML-N, has given peace back to MQM. So I believe that we were the key party which brought back peace to Karachi, which cleared militia from within these parties, and the action we took. The reason why Karachi is peaceful today is because of what PML-N did in its last 5 years. Now, coming to the accountability within the party, I believe that it is not so much prevalent in all the parties of Pakistan, and I believe that you're right in pointing that out, that accountability within the party should be on merit, and there should be a committee for all those things, and there are committees, but I don't think they're working so well. So
right.
You're right. I agree on that.
Dana Sahab, here's another question about the quality of democracy in the country again. I am hosting a show if I don't do well in the program, tomorrow I might not get any ratings at all. So this is how democracy works in the country, right? Explain to me that when political parties keep on doing what they are doing, or they did in the past, and yet there is no punishment, no reprimand coming through the system or through the voters, what are we to make of the quality of democracy in the country?
I think that is how democracy should be working, but sadly, I believe and I see that that is not how democracy is working in Pakistan. There are other forces in play who manage and make and break parties, who do all that behind the scenes, things which happen, and I believe
they're not taking the credit.
They say when we came into power, there were almost 2,200 bombings, including suicide bombings in Pakistan. And when our term finished, it was almost, terrorism was finished from Pakistan. I want to tell you over here that, the political will to go against terrorism, then, the budget that we gave to the army, which was at 540 billion in 2013, and we left it at 1,100 billion. The financing, the support, political